Hey guys, Cameron here with Emerson Property Management. Every week I bring you tools, tactics, strategies, lessons I've learned, things that help me build up a sizable loan portfolio in about 2 years and now manage that portfolio. Today, guys, I want to talk about management fees. So, for most of y'all, you guys are do-it-yourselfers, right? You're watching this because you're trying to figure out and want to handle your first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 properties by yourself, build up that nice rental portfolio, and then decide whether you want to hand it over or sell them or whatever later down the road. During that time, and that's what I recommend first and foremost, I always recommend do your own management first because you're going to learn so many things that you don't know that you don't know. Just like with anything, you can read a book. I've read plenty of them, but until I actually got in and started buying property and doing my own property management, you run into so many other things that you can't begin to understand until you do it. I can describe what riding a bike is and how to do it, but until you jump on it and start riding around, you can't conceptualize it and can't do it effectively. So today I want to talk about management fees. Now, we do a flat fee management. Other companies, and I'm not saying one's right or wrong, do a percentage based of rent collected. So what does that mean? Well, that means that percentages, whatever I collect, I take a certain percentage of that. That can be 8, 10, 12%. Flat fee is no matter what the rent is, 2,000, 5,000, whatever, there's still a same flat fee. Now you guys might say, well, Cameron, I'm not really looking into management right now. I don't really care about this, but this is something to think about because you need to start setting this aside. And this is something that I don't remember who told me this, but it was really helpful. Start setting aside that money, or at least factor that into your calculation. Whether you're going to pay it to yourself because you're doing the management or not, still factor it in. That way, when you do, or if you do hire somebody, it's no dip in your cash flow. It's the same thing. It's the same numbers or same figure that you're going to have coming into your net cash flow, instead of, oh no, I'm going to be losing $150, $250 a month. That now my property loses money. So keep this in mind, and I want to just go over really quickly flat fee versus percentage-based management, and then you guys hopefully will use this in your calculations when you're running your properties for your analysis, and then you can decide if you ever do decide to turn it over to somebody management, then you'll know what the difference is between the flat fee and the percentage base. So I've got rent, flat fee, and then the last one's percentage. So I just pulled out a few different rent numbers. So $1,500 a month, that's a $1,500, $2,000 a month rental, and $2,500 a month. Flat fee, these are going to be the same no matter what. Again, doesn't matter what your rent price is. The flat fee is going to stay, and our flat fee currently in the time of April 2022 is $125 a month. Percentage, I just use 10% just for even number. When you do get more properties, typically they'll cut you a deal. You might get 7, 8%. I know some people with 30, 40, 50 properties that get some deals about 6%. But again, when you're first starting out, you're probably going to look at about 10% on that management. So 10% of your rent is $150 a month. 10% of $2,000 a month is $200. 10% of $2,500 is $250. So you guys can see when you get up into the higher, more expensive properties. Now, $1,500 a month, we only have very, very, very few properties that are below this now. Usually they're really small units or duplexes. Everything else we have is pretty much above $1,500. So you're going to probably be playing, especially if you buy in a decent neighborhood, you're probably going to be playing between the $1,500 and $2,000 a month realm. Now, that's again for Houston. I know we have units that are $3,000. We just leased a place that was $3,000 a month, and they're making cash flow on that place. So usually the property taxes start eating you alive when you get them up into the $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 properties. But so, these are probably more of an appreciation play above this. But these $1,500 to $2,000 is going to be the majority of your cash flow properties. Now, look at the difference. It's $25 a month when you start out, negligible, a little bit in your numbers, but it's not nothing. It's a little bit of savings. But once you start getting up in the $2,000, you're talking about $75 to $125 a month that you're going to be saving. So you're almost paying half what you're paying a percentage-based company. So make sure that y'all are running these figures. Whatever your property is renting at, know that, hey, am I going to go with a flat fee company or a percentage-based? And then start doing, poking around, see what companies are offering right now. Again, I know there's flat fee companies that'll do as low as $79 a month in flat fee management. Big caveat, that's usually the teaser rate, and then they have all these other little fees that they nickel and dime you on, so that's not your true management fee. And then look at some of the percentage-based companies. Can I get in at 10%? Are they running something where I can get in at 9, 8%? And look at that and see what that does for your whatever rent range you're in. If you're starting out at $1,500 a month, I would run figures at $1,400 to maybe $1,700. Give yourself a little buffer and see what makes sense. For some people, it's percentage. For some people, it's flat. Whatever makes sense for y'all. I can tell you that the cheaper properties do not like flat fee management because you're paying more than 10%. If we were looking at $1,000 a month unit, we would be paying $12,125, whereas the percentage would only be $100. So this number stays exactly the same no matter the rent. So in the cheaper properties, if you're looking at some of the cheaper Section 8 houses or some of the transitioning areas, you're probably going to want to go with a percentage-based company. Some of the other pros and cons, just real quick. Some people like flat fee management because you know what you're getting every month, and then each subsequent rent increase, there's no more management fee being paid. It's the same one. Some people don't like that because they say, hey, I only want you to get paid based on the amount of rents that you collect. So you're only getting a percentage of rents in this one. You're not getting, if you don't collect rent, you don't get any money. So some people like that aspect as well. You all just have to make the decision for yourself and see, hey, based on my property, based on what I think it's going to rent for, do I want to go with a flat fee or percentage-based company? So I hope that was helpful. If it was, let me know. If it wasn't, let me know. I think it's great that we have competition and there's different options for folks, because I think depending upon what it is for you, you guys might find that you like one or the other. So if this was helpful, let me know. If it wasn't, let me know. You guys can give me a like, subscribe. It really helps us out, and share it with somebody if you found this valuable. I'll see y'all next week. Thanks.